No one was supposed to find it. The location was chosen because nothing ever happened there, a silent stretch of land where even the wind seemed tired. We were drilling for geological samples, looking for data that could help explain the age of the planet. The first sign that something was wrong was the sound. The drill stopped moving, but the vibration continued. A low, steady pulse traveled up through the steel, not resistance, not friction, a rhythm. When we pulled the equipment back up, the metal was warm, not from heat, from something else. Hours later we tried again. This time the ground answered. The sensors spiked without warning. Magnetic readings collapsed. Time stamps began to drift. Clocks lost seconds, then gained them back. Then the drill broke through. There was no collapse, no debris, just empty space. A chamber had been waiting. Lights were lowered into the opening. What they revealed should not exist. A surface smooth as glass, curved like the inside of a shell. Black but alive with faint moving patterns, not etched, not painted. Grown. This was not rock. This was not metal. This was construction. The ship was larger than any structure we had ever built, and was intact. No damage, no signs of impact, no decay. It had not crashed. It had arrived. The first calculations destroyed every theory. We had the material layers surrounding the object were older than the planet itself, not older than humanity, older than Earth. This thing had been here before the world cooled, before oceans formed, before life crawled out of anything, which meant one impossible truth: it did not come to Earth. Earth formed around it. We entered through an opening that appeared only after we approached. No force, no tools. The ship opened because it decided to. Inside there were no controls, no screens, no symbols that resemble language. There was space, too much space. The interior was vast, not empty, but waiting. Sound behaved incorrectly. Footsteps echoed before they landed. Voices returned, altered, as if something was learning how we spoke. Then the memories started. One man froze and began describing stars none of us recognized. Another started crying and asked why the sky had changed. A woman collapsed after saying she remembered dying there. None of them had been inside longer than a minute. We pulled back and sealed the entrance, but the ship did not close. It stayed open. Patient. Data recovered from walls was not data. It was history, not recorded. Preserve. Images formed without light, scenes without projection, worlds burning, worlds freezing, worlds stripped to stone, each one familiar, each one different. Civilizations rose, built, expanded, then vanished. The ship was not a vehicle. It was a witness left behind to observe planetary development, to store outcomes, to decide. A pattern emerged. Every world that reached a certain threshold was evaluated not by morality, not by intent, by stability, aggression, resource, collapse, technological acceleration. Without restraint, failure conditions. Earth was late in the cycle, but not exempt. The ship had been waiting for us to notice it, because noticing it meant we had reached the line. The final interface activated when no one was touching it. A voice filled the chamber, not sound. Understanding this iteration is unstable. Self-termination. Probability exceeds tolerance. Recommendation pending. That was the moment the ground shook. Not an earthquake, a movement. The ship was sinking slowly, deliberately. The opening began to close, not trapping us, dismissing us, as if we were no longer required. Before the chamber sealed completely, one final image appeared. A future Earth, without cities, without satellites, without noise, green, quiet, alive. Then another image, a silent rock orbiting a familiar star. Evaluation incomplete. The ship disappeared beneath layers of stone older than memory. The land settled. The sensors went dead. Officially, the site was abandoned due to structural instability. All data was classified, all witnesses reassigned, but the dreams did not stop. People around the world began reporting the same image, a black curve beneath their feet, a presence beneath the planet, waiting not to arrive, not to invade, to decide whether this world would continue or be archived like the others. And every night the pulse continues, slow, steady, like a clock counting down something no one can see.